Hello, everyone, and welcome to Science Didi. We are live today with Miss Ulka Shukla, who is an emotional intelligence trainer. Uh, the the program for today is called Cultivating Emotional Intelligence with Ulka. Our topic of focus is going to be how to develop emotional intelligence in children and adults, what is the importance of emotional intelligence, and the whole science behind this, since a lot of times fields in psychology are not considered to be very scientific. This is why we have taken up this topic with an expert who knows the scientific basis behind this. Okay, over to you, Linsha. Why don't you introduce Ulka for us? Ulka, the view behind you looks amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hello, welcome, Ulka. So, Ulka Shukla is a co-founder of Zoetic Sutra. She has done her master's degree in human resource from IIM Ahmedabad and ISB Hyderabad. She has worked as an HR in 11 business sectors for the past 15 years. She's a certified emotional intelligence and coach from Texas University. Also conducted a program on emotional intelligence for teachers, parents, students. Ulka, can you tell more about your work?
Sure. So, hi
Hi, welcome.
everyone. This is Adventurous Life cast. Hold on, give me a moment. Let me just.
So, a note to all the audience, there is a little bit of internet issue in Navi Mumbai. I'm not sure what is the problem. So, we have been facing some connectivity issue. So, if there is a network issue that you are feeling, or there is a lag during the live video, feel free to comment. And also, as per usual, always ask your amazing questions so that we can uncover more and more knowledge. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah,
Great.
Ulka.
Yeah. So, I am live from Thane. I am at a friend's location and miraculously, Wi Fi just went out. So, we are here. Can see the view here.
Yeah.
An amazing park, and it's really my first park-based live video. I'm very super excited and excited
We are
to be
also super
with
excited.
Science Didi,
Yeah.
simply for the fact I'm very close to nature. I'm co-founder of Green World Movement, which
Mhm.
promotes sustainable and conscious living. So this
Mhm.
is my space right now.
Right.
So all who are
Yeah.
watching, bring it on. I am all on fire. So
Right.
you
Tell
both
us
have
a bit
already
about
given my
tell us a bit about Zoetic Sutra. We
sure.
will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So both have given introduction on my educational background and my experience. So
Right.
Zoetic Sutra is a recent baby that I formulated, and intention was emotions. I have been practicing emotional intelligence for 15 years, but since 2011, I have been doing courses and workshops, especially for parents and children. Uh, on a gift culture basis, on free basis, for two
Mhm.
reasons. I think if we want to build a nation, if we want to build humanity, emotion is one that bonds us all, irrespective of caste, creed, nation, education. We all feel in similar way. We can all relate with. For example, if I am a lady and I am getting married, I'll feel the same way as a woman who is in rural area and she is getting married. Same way, if
Mhm.
someone is hurt in Europe, someone is going through pain and misery, we can feel it same way, whether we use the language differently or we express it differently. The pain and the emotion is same, and the joys are also same. And I thought
Correct.
this is something very, very universal and connecting. And I have seen huge results from emotional intelligence to business, to schools, academics,
Mhm.
families. And I thought, why not formulate something which will be focused on one, naturally corporate, because I come from corporate background and worked there for 15 years, 11
Mhm.
sectors, right from startup to manufacturing, tea plantation, infrastructure to IT and financial services, to working with couples and leaders and parents and academicians, and then third with children. Being naturally childlike curiosity, I have always been on ground, always been on stage, dancing, playing with kids. I have my own daughter is 14 years old, uh, a very, very lively, vivacious teenager. And I
Oh,
thought this space is not really addressed. And so in Zoetic Sutra, though I cater to three kind of so-called offering. One is for corporates, which I call balancing art. Second is for couples, where I support them to communicate and connect. And third one is especially which I'm focusing more during lockdown is Future Ready Child and Youth Program, which actually is focused toward how do we ready or how do we build readiness in a child's life for future world, which is so confusing and complex. And this is what overall Zoetic Sutra does. So let's move on to a very interesting topic that we have picked up, cultivating emotional intelligence.
correct.
And let's open up this conversation with a simple activity. First of all, I would love to know whoever are online, just some sense of where you are, what cities are you, are you a parent, non-parent? If you could just type it out, your city, and if you're a parent or you are single or whatever you want to share in that domain, so that I get sense as to how do I focus this session and make it most meaningful for everyone.
Correct.
And meanwhile, I'll
So,
set up my PPT.
yeah, yeah. So why
Yeah.
not? Why not? So yeah, it's a request to the audience. If you want to take advantage of Ulka's session, this is going to be a more proactive session, and Ulka is a very proactive person. So if it will be nice if you can ask us questions as we go, or show your involvement. But just for a sense, Ulka, the audience that we have been catering to so far on Science DD are students and teachers and parents. So these are the
Yeah.
three important parts of a person's growth: students, teachers, and the parents. So that is why we have, in general, we always go ahead and try to select this as an audience. So yeah, let me also take some time to tell you about the work that is happening, specifically these live videos. These are not paid in any way. There is no transaction of money that is happening between the speakers that come here uh, and the work that is happening. This is a free session. I just want to inform all the audience. This is a concern that somebody raised. Yes, it's a free session, and that's why we keep it live so that everybody can come and see the work that is done in education. Okay, so Linsha, why don't you go on ahead and ask Ulka about her work in the specific questions that we have.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Ulka, we have made a few set of questions that our
Yes.
audience must be uh,
Hmm.
want to know. So the first question is, what is emotional intelligence, and what does it mean exactly?
Sure. Sure. So before opening even this topic, as I was sharing the context that we all feel something or other in various events, and within a day we may feel number of emotions, either isolated emotions or double dip emotions. So we feel happy as well as sad at the same time. So
Mm-hmm.
let us look at there are two words in this: emotional and intelligence. So
Mm-hmm.
intelligence earlier was seen only as cognitive ability or logical reasoning, verbal ability, and numerical ability, so to say, in cognitive intelligence. And then they found out through researchers in 1965, Xavier as well as Mr. Mayer, they both were psychologists and social scientists who did research, and they found out that there is something far more than these capabilities that define success of an individual, whether at academics or in work life.
Mm-hmm.
So during that, they found this something which they call that interrelational intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
And then going forward, sorry, Daniel Goleman coined this term emotional intelligence, and he put it forward a lot of research. And in social sciences and scientists and neuroscience, these all three categories of people and academicians and professors, they came together and did numerous research, out of which one of the research is very famous with a lot of pros and cons in it, called Marshmallow Test by David Walsh, who recreated this. So outcome of this was that only 20% of what we do in our work life depends on our IQ or our cognitive ability. whereas 80% depends on how we relate to people, relationship building, and interpersonal relationship, what they name. And then Daniel Goleman took it a step ahead and named it emotional intelligence.
Correct.
uh, Daniel Goleman again. Like, now let's go a step back. I think my PPT is there. If you could
Yeah,
project
yeah.
it,
I'll get back.
Jogita. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a picture which I am depicting for a purpose. That this is a common question that everyone has, and this is very commonly asked to me. That, oh, what is important then, brain or heart? Right? Whether IQ or EQ. EQ means emotional quotient, which is a measure of emotional intelligence. So simple, there cannot be simple answer to this, and naturally everything in life needs a balance. But in this case, and especially I can answer it from a standpoint of an HR uh, head and OD professional with 15 years experience working India, US, and UAE. That at the initial level, to get foot on the door, get job, one may need credentials, one may need cognitive ability, logical ability for sure. But as we grow in system, as we grow in corporate ladder, or we are a entrepreneur, more depends on how we build relationship, how we exhibit trust, how we build trust, how we show empathy or create empathy and have communication, deeper listening skills, which defines work of team. Because managerial and above role are more of how do we get work done and performance from the team, and how we
Mhm.
take responsibility of that performance. And so EQ becomes more and more important as we climb ladder of corporate world. This was about corporate life. Let us also look at personal life. So what is EQ? If we want to define, EQ is an ability to understand our own emotions, what is happening within me, what I'm feeling right now, how do I express it, and it is also about how other person is perceiving how I'm displaying emotions. And after that perception and understanding of social context, how do I respond in certain situation to gain or to adjust myself towards the goal I have. Now this seems very complicated. Let me give a simple example. Like someone has a very good news to share. Suppose a project has gotten approval, and he or she enters. I'm giving corporate examples so that we easily relate, and then I'll give other example as well. uh, Project is approved, and this intern or a trainee is extremely happy to go and break the news to somebody who is sitting in a boardroom. They are going through a, say, review meeting or whatever, and person enters the room and there's pin drop silence. Everyone is looking down. The pace of voice is low. There is no excitement in the voice, just the way you can experience now. The
Yeah.
volume of my voice, the pace, the facial expression, everything is changed. And naturally, this intern or trainee stops giving this news, anticipating or adjusting to the scenario that something is not right, something is not good enough to crack this good news.
Mm.
And that is what emotional intelligence is. We should know how to respond, when to respond, in what context, and what words to use so that other perceive us in best possible way. Yeah.
Mm.
It is also to empathize that, okay, I see something really happening which I may not know fully, but I can catch the cues, and I
Mm.
can really empathize with the situation, hold myself back reacting, absorb, and then respond.
Mm.
And more one gets mature in this skill, more is one active listener, and more connection one can build easily. Now this maturity is irrespective of age. Let me repeat this sentence for benefit of everyone joining. This maturity is irrespective of age. uh, Throw me some comments, whoever is watching us right now, on do you agree that age and maturity are different things? Yes or no? Yes is a thumbs up. It would
Yeah.
be fun to see some reactions.
Yeah. Yeah. So if yeah, we have got one reaction from Kunal. Yeah, he's saying yes. So
Yeah,
irrespective of age, yeah, they
yeah,
agree.
yeah, yes. So that is what it is, and it is a deliberate skill. It is not like just like other skills. Definitely, we need time to develop science, maths, understanding logic, basis of it, basic fundamentals, principles of it. We take time and we develop that over a period of time. But emotional intelligence take even longer to develop because it is a soft skill. It is complex because it involves other. My
Hmm.
reaction depends on the perceiver and interpretation of my reaction by perceiver. Yeah.
Hmm.
So that is what, in brief, emotional intelligence is without going in my complexity. Now, why we need, why is emotional intelligence gaining so much of importance?
Hmm. Hmm.
Let me ask a question again, you two and whoever is watching us. Let's do a simple activity. Give me few qualities of good manager you have worked with. Everyone has bosses, colleagues, manager. So let's look
Hmm.
at manager or supervisor as a category and give me some adjectives as to what a good manager looks like.
Hmm.
Throw me few comments. I am trying to see and juggle this.
Yeah, I will
Yeah,
inform you. In any case, I will also. I'm also looking at
sure.
the comment. So yeah, I guess we can also add to this as
Yeah,
participants.
yeah,
Yeah.
So one of the things that I would look for in a manager is a nurturing ability. Like as a junior, I want to grow as a person. So that is one thing that I want from a manager. Definitely should understand where I'm coming from and be nurturing towards me. Yeah,
sure,
And I think
sure.
they should cooperate. They should be open to ideas.
yeah.
A
Hmm,
good
hmm.
manager.
Yeah.
That is what.
So open to ideas, nurturing.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
manager can be a person who empathizes, understands, guides,
Yeah.
mentors, you know,
Correct.
Yeah.
resolve conflicts effectively,
Yeah.
can hold the stress that comes from the top because manager is also a sandwich belt, right? So
Yeah.
he or she has to hold that pressure and then,
Yeah.
give
Correct.
right
Correct.
direction. So all these qualities, if we see all the reactions and if audience can relate to it, is everything is soft.
Mm.
And I have done thousands of workshops on emotional intelligence in past 15 years, and at least from 2010 onwards, last 10 years I've been like talking about this topic extensively using various other, yes, approachable manager, somebody said. Definitely,
Yeah.
it's open manager. You can go and speak to him or her openly about what's happening and how to do things,
Yeah. One of the
easy to
things that
approach.
is one of the biggest problems in India, at least, that you feel so scared of authority figures
Yeah.
to go
Mm.
and talk to them. That is very difficult. Yeah.
Yes, it is very old school to have managers who are strict,
Yeah.
and approachability is something very, very important. So
Yeah.
all these skills what people share, this is a common activity which is coined by Daniel Goleman, not mine, so
Mhm.
all credit to him.
Yeah.
Whenever we ask this question, whether to a junior entrant, to a CEO next level, I have trained till CEO levels and
Mm.
coached as well. So
Mm.
they all say something, same thing what Jonathan is talking about: knowledgeable, empathetic, ready for new ideas. Everything which is softer, which is interrelationship based,
Mm. Mm.
which is based on empathy, deeper listening, conflict resolution, stress management, and hardly even 1% person says that good in their understanding of topic or technically good, and that also comes from R&D or other department. I'm not
Mm.
undermining anyway, Jogita, Lincha, the importance of IQ. I am saying
Mm.
that whatever IQ has to offer, if a person doesn't have EQ or has low EQ, everything goes in drain. And we have ample
Mm.
of such examples, people who are excellent,
Yeah.
scientists,
Yeah.
cricketers, politicians,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
actors, very
Yeah.
good in what they do,
Yeah,
skill
as a
they have.
teacher, we come across so many intelligent students. Just 2 3 weeks ago, I was listening to research papers of so many students, and one particular student was did such an amazing research, but he was not having soft skills that could show off his research. So he was suffering a lot because of that. So
Yeah.
parents out there, this is a message for you, especially that you are building your child for the future. You're equipping them with money, you're equipping them with education, with knowledge. Then why leave out this one big aspect of your child's life, which is emotional intelligence? So yeah, and you should not think that there is no basis to it. Okay, Ulka, back to you. No more blabbering from my end.
Okay. So basis of emotional intelligence, very good topic, Jogita, that you started. Basis is definitely longitudinal research done by Daniel Goleman and other social scientists, but also neuroscience, how neuroscience really brings in perspective. Last 35 years, we got access to fMRI, functional MRI, which shows the areas that brighten up with certain emotions are happening. So they have done lot of this research earlier using controlled group, and everything was based on data of self-report and then 360-degree reports of people. But with fMRI, it's far easier to prove that if I feel happiness, what part of my brain lights up, and is it common to everyone. And they have come up with various brain parts which light up, which brain part is important for decision making, like PFC is important for decision making. And by the way, it develops last. So in fact, today I met some of teenage friends, and we were in general talking about alcohol as a recreational drug, and how people and what age is appropriate to enjoy alcohol. And then and these are smart kids, very smart kids. And I spoke about how originally and traditionally people used to think, and even governments think, that 18 or 21 is the right age for person to start drinking. But scientifically, neuroscientifically, and biologically, it is proved that our PFC doesn't develop fully till age of 25.
Oh,
So I
right.
cannot fully make very good risk free or less risk decision till age of 25. And 25 is not a magic number. For some,
Right.
it may come at 22. For some, it may lag till 28, because we are
Right.
human beings. We develop in different ages and stages. And
Yeah.
so, how it is highly not recommended to really consume any recreational drugs or alcohol or things like that before that age, because then your brain chemistry and shape changes. And this all became very, very clear to us scientifically because of fMRI. And that is scientific basis of emotional
Yeah.
intelligence.
Yeah, this is
Without
important.
using big terms,
Yeah.
I think I have made the point little more clearer
So
for us all.
basically, our brain itself is still constantly developing, even up to a certain age, and we have to make, even as parents, we have to make conscious decisions not to harm that in our child. Yeah, yeah, that's very important. Yeah,
And
one of
I
the
think this knowledge about brain development, neuroscience, psychology, uh, and helping your child to go to next level is very important even for parents. And that is how in Zoetic Sutra I focus on training parents also. Whatever program I have, 6 weeks program, I do 2 sessions for parents, because
Mhm,
they need to create that ecosystem for person to really practice it. So after
mhm,
this good and bad manager,
mhm,
let's look at what are the components of emotional intelligence.
mhm.
One component, very important component, and you can see the slide, which
No, the
talks about.
slide is not visible. So
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
we need to
So
add it.
I will, yeah, yeah. So it is empathy, social skills, self awareness, self
Right.
regulation, and motivation. These are 5 components which
Mhm.
Daniel Goleman divides emotional intelligence into. And
Okay.
if we look at the 4 capabilities that emotional intelligence really encompass, are very simple for anyone to understand. One is self awareness, कि हम खुद को कितना जान सकते हैं, हम कितना जानते हैं कि हाँ ये मेरी स्ट्रेंथ है, ये मेरी वीकनेस है. तो अगर हम
Mhm.
एक जनरल लोगों को पूछे कि what percentage of people really know their strength and weakness, just a random number, if you, two of you can throw me some random numbers, or whoever is watching.
So can you repeat the question again for the audience?
Yeah, so the question is, how many percentage of people really know their strength and weakness?
Yeah.
Random number, any percentage.
50%.
Okay.
I would say
50%.
10% because
Huh? Ah,
I would say 10% because I meet a
I
lot of
would say
students.
50%.
Yeah,
okay.
I meet a lot of
So,
students.
sure. The research suggests, and this is a research conducted by a consulting firm, which says 33% people only.
Oh,
And in
that's
change
very
management, which I specialize in,
good.
they say that only 33% of people need to change for any change to occur. And I have done 30 plus such active project, Jogita and Linsha, which transferred business model or changed the way we conducted certain processes, procedures, or change the way people relate to each other, and so many different projects I have done. And this is my observation also. We just need 30% of shift. That is the turning point or tipping point, what we call in 33%. And imagine if 100% of people at least knew what is their strength and weakness. Simple thought, and that will change world in so much better way. So that
Correct.
is what self awareness is, first component of emotional intelligence. Second is self management, कि हम खुद को कितना मैनेज कर सकते हैं. जैसे हम अगर बड़ी सी कोई पहाड़ी हो तो मैं देख के बता सकती हूँ कि भाई ये मुझसे हो सकता है कि ये मेरी बस की नहीं है. यू नो, हर एक के बस की बेस कैम्प नहीं है, या चद्दर ट्रेक नहीं है, या कलसूबाई नहीं है. या और तो ये अगर मैं बता सकती हूँ, वैसे क्या मैं इमोशनली ये बता सकती हूँ कि मेरे बस का क्या है और क्या नहीं है.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just sharing for the audience the
Okay.
components. Yeah. So
Yeah.
in the meanwhile, you can, they can
Yeah.
also do.
सो दिस इज सेल्फ मैनेजमेंट. अगर मुझे पता होगा कि कब मुझे गुस्सा आता है और मैं गुस्सा आने के पहले ब्रेक लगा सकती हूँ, तो दैट इज कॉल्ड अल्टीमेट पावर ऑन माई इमोशंस, राइट? दैट इज व्हाट आई विल डू. Why now this is a common question. People say that, okay, why do I really need to control myself? So I really want to emphasize on this point, both of you, is it is not about control, it is about regulation. So how do we regulate than control? You know, outburst होने से किसी का फायदा नहीं होने वाला. And all emotions are natural and normal. All emotions have a role to play, that I will touch base in bit. So these are first two components: self awareness, self management. Second is social awareness, कि मेरे अड़ोस पड़ोस में क्या चल रहा है. अगर मैं अंधेरे में रात को एक रास्ते पे चल रही हूँ, तो क्या मुझे पता है ये स्ट्रीट कितनी सेफ है, नहीं है? वो तो मुझे न्यूज से शायद पता चलेगा, लोकेलिटी से पता है. क्या मैं अपने बॉडीली सिग्नल में इन ट्यून हूँ? क्या मैं कैन आई ट्रस्ट माय गट फीलिंग एंड लिसन टू इट? And that is called social awareness. And fourth one is relationship management. So end of it, we all are about relationship. Whether you talk about office, it's all about relationship. Selling product, I have to build brand and create connect with my audience, and so I need to know audience, I need to empathize with them, understand their problems. At home, without relationship we don't exist. Now in this COVID situation, we have learned we have relationship with each other even if we don't know. If somebody really doesn't follow this simple rule of mask in public place, then we are doomed, right? So we have relationship with our societies, with our neighbors, with international borders, and everyone around. So we are all about relationship. We are social animal, and we are in tune to connect. And that is what fourth component is about. And these all are connected: social awareness, self awareness, self management, social awareness, and relationship management. We are all connected. These four components are crucial to emotional intelligence, and in which I would like to talk about empathy and compassion for sure, especially in these times which have been very, very difficult. In these times, since I am an executive coach, I'm certified by International Coach Federation. I'm associate certified coach and went through rigorous training and buddy coaching and evaluation and all that, which is very different than counseling. Counseling talks about past and it has its place, but coaching talks about your present and how do you develop your future in solution oriented way, taking help of neuroscience. So that is what I do, and I opened up my time and I gave my skill to my FB network and LinkedIn network. I got 70 distress calls from March 25th to August 15th. And we know how we are connected, how emotionally panicked we were. We may be best of people, so called best of position, but in such unprecedented time, we all faced our own emotions. And there, the skill of self management came out. And we also see empathy. So I believe when we empathize with each other, when we see now, and world has become an empathetic place in my view because of these hard times that we all are seeing and experiencing together, I see empathy in action is compassion. And that is how, since I feel emotions connect everyone, same way environment connects everyone. And I'm founder of Green World Movement for that reason, which I support sustainable living. And I feel empathy in action is compassion. And when we have compassion with each other for being human beings, we extend it to animals, we extend it to nature, we really expand ourselves as human beings. And that is why I feel empathy and compassion are two extremely important component of emotional intelligence. And
Right.
interestingly, Jogita and Lisha, in recent times, in 2006, there was a research done by 6 Second Network, which is a huge body. I hope I'm quoting them correct. And there are two, three more researches which you can find on ResearchGate, which talks about in recent times, in 2006 onwards, empathy overall in world has reduced for two, three reasons. One, technology, because we are more online and we are projecting ourselves continuously as happy, healthy, all good images of ourselves and our family and our surrounding.
Yeah.
Or then we go to a pendulum effect where we say everything is rubbish, bullshit, that kind of stuff. So we have reduced our empathy and compassion to a good extent in this digital era, which is a big danger for human existence itself. But now this pandemic has brought up this new idea, new connection within us, and now we see more empathy in practice, where we feel what is happening with others. And so I thought it's very important to touch upon empathy. Now let's move on to something very interesting, which I am nowadays very passionate, and since Science Didi also does a lot of work with children, preteen, teen, and youth. So, what does really change in preteen and teen is physical changes. Obviously, they're hitting puberty and their bodily changes. The social changes. Now, a child is out of home and wanting to be more with friends, and they're influenced by peer group and everything. The drive is towards becoming part of a influential group or becoming more popular, gaining more importance. Then there is cognitive changes where they want to make decision, and so a lot of parents who are listening may be experiencing, especially in their preteen and teen, some rebellious attitude where anything and everything they say is opposed and challenged in some way. And there is emotional outburst. You will see छोटी छोटी बात पे बड़े बड़े आंसू आ जाते हैं. Okay, I got a request by Jolene. Uh, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correct.
Yeah.
Can I
So that's
request you to
good.
stress the
Yeah.
importance of role of parents in developing emotional intelligence regulation in children? Sure, I'll share quick few strategies. So let me just complete this cycle and I'll come back to it. So these are few changes: physical, cognitive, social, and emotional in a child when they are going through 10 to 16 years of age and even beyond till 23. And so it becomes more challenging and risky behavior that we see in teen and preteens, and it becomes hub to foster or to promote or to give chance to mental illnesses to come in if we don't really give them right direction, right path, or we kind of prohibit them to create self regulation if we really give them lot of instruction. Like one of the strategies that definitely parents can adopt is saying no more number of times. And it may sound like very counterintuitive, where we want to like I am a parent too, we want to pamper our kids and give them everything that we didn't have as children. And I see this common tendency in us all, that we want to give them more and more. Even
Right.
before they say pizza, the pizza is at home and people are eating pizza. It is like that, where in earlier times people have to wait. So what does wait really make us do is to really have that self regulation created, like a simple strategy like telling them, okay, you can have a bicycle when you do so and so chores at home, or when you take responsibility of completing your homework in time for entire semester, or you help your sibling in doing so and so. Promote them to take responsibility, to take charge of their own life step by step. And so when they reach 18 or when they reach college age, when they have to really take that responsibility, they are ready. So you have to start very early on giving them this responsibility. Again, a great mistake that I feel most of parents do is doing all the project work what the children are given. They slog till 2 o'clock at night painting and drawing and creating
Yeah.
science project and whatnot. just
Yeah.
to help their child, but they are actually doing big disservice to their child. And
Yeah.
I believe child needs to fail as well so that they taste failure and they know how to
Hmm.
recover. This is another strategy to develop emotional intelligence. So these are small things that parents can really do to imbibe self-regulation, tasting failure, taking responsibility, facing cause and effect. Very important. Because you didn't do a project, you have gotten zero, or because
Correct.
you didn't do it in a way it should be done, you have been repyramided by your teacher, or your friends, are your team has gone lost the position or whatever. So adolescence is called in psychology second window of opportunity to nurture future adult. First window of opportunity is infancy, when baby is born, and second is adolescence. And that is the reason I focus on adolescence in Future Ready program, where I focus on self regulation big time. We hear about drugs all the time, aren't we? Obesity, 1 in 5 child is obese in urban world. Drugs, digital addiction, big time. And in now this era, like these 8 9 months, we are all digital, and I really feel lot of anxiety or lot of preparedness need to be there in parents and us all educators to de-digitalize people once they are out of this,
Yeah.
wean them off these digital platforms to a good
Mm.
degree, where they can really go out and build those relationships, because relationship building is far more complex and difficult task than just sending WhatsApp messages or Snapchat messages, where you can just disappear if you don't like certain comment, or you can block somebody if you don't like what they say.
Mm.
Yeah, relationship, we have to mend, we have to resolve conflict, and that is what the challenge is. So obesity, drugs, digital addiction, shopaholicism, so much,
Mm.
so many people, my own juniors, they come from big institutes, and I've seen first salary and they are overused their debit cards and credit
Correct.
cards. They
Mm.
buy so many things they are not even required. So how
Mm.
do we teach that they don't become shopaholics, and don't fall to this trap of uh, eating when they are anxious, eating when they are sad, eating then when they are happy, all that trap. So these are 5 6 areas where emotional intelligence or the skill can really help.
Mm.
Is one, definitely at workplace, because better you work in teams, better you can manage team, better you can grow, you build trust, empathy, and thus you can learn, you develop learning agility, and you grow. Second is physical health. I spoke about um, food habits, right? If you and drugs, if one person doesn't have self control and self regulation, they may fall into trap of becoming obese, or eating wrong kind of food, or working out too much. This is also a problem nowadays. They work out
Hmm.
slog like anything to fit into so called image of body images, which is again a big problem in this era. Mental health issues, depression, anxiety, um, all kind of mental health illnesses crop in during adolescence, and this is right time to give them kind of input that is needed. Relationship, I spoke about it many times. What about happiness and peace in life? Isn't this part of our success? How do we define our success? Is only bank account is my parameter of success, or how many likes I get, or do I have genuine friends with whom I can go and become vulnerable to? I can say, yes, this is not happening for me. I had so many hopes and this is not working. I've lost my job. My relationships are not working, or whatever. Or I was hoping for this to happen and this has not happened. Can I be vulnerable and have genuine connection where I can be me? That is success in life for me. And I think emotional intelligence caters to all these.
Mm.
There was one question, Jogita, if you could read
Yeah,
that for me.
I'll continue with the questions. So, how
Yeah.
can we measure emotional intelligence, or how can we point out whether a person is emotionally intelligent or not emotionally intelligent? So,
Okay.
for parents
Okay.
to keep a lookout, uh,
Hmm.
if their child
Hmm.
is not developing emotionally, how can they tell this?
Simple things. First and simple parameter that I have practiced over a number of years, and I find it very, very useful, is this: eye contact. You will often see people who have self-esteem issues or some kind of mental health issue or psychological issue or going through a stage of challenge. You know, there is a lot of taboo around mental health. There is a lot of taboo around being anxious, depressed, blah 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 blah. But the fact is, there are stages of our being. Just like I can get sardi, khasi, or COVID, I can get depression, anxiety, and whatever, and that may just pass off. So this has not been understood in Indian context, which is very, very sad. And I think it is right time for us to look into this matter and accept
Hmm.
that emotional health and well-being is so important.
Hmm.
So first is eye contact. Second
Hmm.
is how are they relating to their friends? Are they capable of negotiating? That ठीक है आज तुझे zombie खेलना है digitally. I do one-on-one sessions, lot of one-on-one sessions, and where I support kids who are going through certain challenges at certain stages of life, wherein a child may not have enough skill to relate, a child may not have enough skill to negotiate, and maybe giving in too much or not giving in at all, don't want to solve conflict. These are common signs one can catch from a
Hmm.
child's behavior, that these are the challenges, or they
Hmm.
are having self-esteem body issues where they are uncomfortable being themselves in any ways or form. They
Hmm.
may modulate their choices, like I like black but my friend circle don't like black, so I will not wear black. I feel this is also a big sign wherein a teenager really is giving into pressure, and that can
Hmm.
be seen and addressed early on rather than
Hmm.
waiting till it becomes really a peer pressure where a child starts smoking just to prove to his or her friends that I am also equally cool and I'm part of you.
Yeah.
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 So these are
So
some
yeah,
early signs.
this is an important thing. Like a lot of students, they don't want to appear that they are very studious, so they will
Yeah.
in front
Yeah.
of their friends they will act as if they did not do
Yeah.
their homework, willfully not doing homework. This is another thing that I have also noticed. Despite being smart, they are not giving themselves credit that they are smart. Like we discussed before we started the video, that another thing is not being able to take compliments among children. A healthy way to take compliments should also be
Yeah.
a good
Yes.
sign. So, what are the advantages, Ulka, of cultivating emotional intelligence in relationship or workplace or business? So, can you point out to our audience why it is so important, in each of these circles of our life?
Sure, sure. So let me take a step back or a step forward. Like today, we are going through disruptive times, and if we look at future in 2030, everything is going to be different. And I don't have to be a person with a halo to really say that. It's natural that everything is going to change to a larger degree. And if we read blogs of futuristic.com or futurists who predict future, there are various theories. We may have robots with whom we will deal with, we may have this skill and that skill, but one of the big authorities which talks about economy of world economic forum, actually speaks about emotional intelligence. And if you look at top 10 skills that world economic forum proposes or recommends for future jobs, is in this top 10 is emotional intelligence. There is another skill called complex problem solving, which is part of emotional intelligence, which is again critical thinking, part of emotional intelligence, people management, part of emotional intelligence, everything, judgment, decision making, negotiation, and flexibility, cognitive flexibility, all these are part of emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
And so in coming times, whether we deal with robots, teams, virtually, in present, relationship building is going to be important part of it, because in fact I believe that more we are virtually connected, difficult it is to build trust and connection.
Correct.
Because if we were working in office, I could catch you over a tea and I could generally connect with you about your family, friends, where you live, what you like, what movie you watch, and there is some sense of physical presence which builds that connect and gives me extra cues. Because if people, and you have read research on communication, we only use 7% uh, predictive communication, which is through words.
Yeah, words.
Only 7% of communication happens through words, and everything else, 93% is other cues. My body language, my facial expression, the trust I build, the experiential trust and I build, all that. So
Yeah,
it's so important that we build emotional skills, because better I am able to express myself in words, I have better vocabulary, emotional vocabulary, easier is for me to connect with you virtually, so that I
yeah,
don't lose upon that trust and empathy bit,
right.
which brings me business, which
Yeah,
brings me business. Number
correct,
one.
correct.
And now that top 10 skill is emotional intelligence, we know how much it is important to get job and stay in job.
Yeah,
Now emotional intelligence builds skill which quick how to quickly reduce stress. Stress is
mm,
going to be part of our world
mm,
now or in future.
mm,
What is stress? Stress is something that is beyond my capability to achieve. For me, running 25 kilometers may be stress. For a marathoner, running 50 kilometers, 80 kilometers may be stress. For
mm,
somebody who is a couch potato, 5 kilometers, 2 kilometers, 1 kilometer may be stress,
mm,
right? A stretch and stress. So more
mm,
I achieve, more at least optimal stress is required to achieve what you want.
mm,
So emotional intelligence helps us to quickly recover from it, so
mm,
that I wake up rejuvenated and I'm again ready to stretch myself further. That is first
correct,
ability, which can be used in any scenario. Second is
correct.
recognize and manage your own emotions. Now, self management is a big piece, right?
Mm,
If I can't recognize right now I am really thirsty and I need to drink water, which is bodily signal,
mm,
same way it is emotional signal. When I'm stressed, instead of picking a donut and eating, can I pick a phone and speak to my friend and talk it out, whatever
correct,
it may be?
correct.
Understanding my emotions, that okay, I'm getting stressed, I'm getting anxious, or I'm too happy and I may take risky behavior. Why don't I speak to someone who is sensible enough to give me some direction? It is second capability. Third is connect with other using non-verbal communication. I spoke about words and non-verbal communication, right? So if 93% is non-verbal communication, better I get at it, better it is, right?
Mm,
I use humor and play to deal with anger or other challenges. We see so many memes online about COVID, about jobs, about things like that, and we try to make all the WhatsApp messages and everything light and easy, because we
yeah,
know everyone is going through stress. And how do we really use humor to go through
mm,
these challenging situations, right? So that is again emotional intelligence capability or activity. Resolve conflict positively and with positive outcomes,
mm, mm,
with confidence.
yeah,
What is conflict? What is your need versus my need? My need right now may be going running and playing football, while
mm,
your need as a parent may be me completing my homework,
mm,
which is a common scenario in parental life, right?
mm,
That there is clash of needs and so
mm,
conflict develop. Can we find a way which will be win-win situation, which will be situation which will be solved in a very positive way without disconnecting? And this is what I mentioned earlier when I
mm,
said because of digital world we are losing emotion, our emotional intelligence are reduced, because we just disconnect and we are done with it. We don't have to keep trying and keep connecting and solving issue,
mm,
right? So this is a big time in corporate thing. Yes, conflict is there. Relationship, we see conflict all the time. Who does the dishes to how do we divide our financial status and
correct,
finances is a challenge. Or where do we go for vacation, or whether we should make dudi or bhindi, you know.
yeah,
To academic life where we have to make
correct,
decisions all the time, and we are in this first image that I showed, head
mm,
and heart. We are always
mm,
in the dilemma within us
yeah,
कि दिल करता है दो आइसक्रीम खा लूं, दिमाग
mm,
कहता है यार कैलोरीज का सोच,
family, also,
you know.
right, right,
So these is dilemma always there, and emotional intelligence teaches how to self regulate, which is a big time thing. And
yeah,
all this requires commitment and focus. It's not an easy skill to develop. The beauty is we can develop emotional intelligence any time,
mm,
any stage of life. But adolescence is the best time
right,
because it's second window of opportunity. But
mm,
even as an adult, I have coaches who are like 57, and
mm,
I still work with them.
mm,
And a lot of challenges are faced gender wise. If we talk about emotional intelligence, male are at male gender is at loss simply for the fact they are not allowed societal pressure wise not to express much.
Hmm.
uh, ladke rote nahi hai campaign types, you know, they are not allowed to show their softer emotions, their pain, their hurt, uh, their vulnerable side. They're always demanded by society, by families, by um, surrounding people to be macho men, which is big pressure and which really pushes
Yeah.
them to a difficult position. And so they need more training. And I have worked with maximum number of hours I have spent with his senior leaders and
Hmm.
all males. Uh,
Hmm.
90% of my practice is around male in corporate offering. In couples, I worked with all kind of couples, right from people going through rough early marriage to pre-marriage to post-marriage to 25 years in marriage and beyond. And kids, I worked from eight years to 25 years, and
Yeah.
youth as well. So I
So
see there is immense need of commitment and focus if you want to develop emotional intelligence. And there is need of proactive step. It is a deliberate learning. One has to keep attention. Like simple activity with parent can do is just switch off volume of TV and see what is going on and try to interpret. And this will develop a lot of emotional intelligence because you read those cues, right?
hmm. Hmm.
You try to
So
guess through facial expressions.
I wanted to point out another factor: the sociology, social science, and natural sciences or tech is something that I take interest in a lot. And some of the research that comes across nowadays is artificial intelligence, or the softwares that are used around human beings. The emotional to understand the emotional aspects of human beings. They are also starting to train AI and softwares in identifying these factors of emotional
Hmm.
intelligence. So
Yeah.
yeah, it
Yeah.
becomes another interesting field within scientific research. If any of our audience are interested, you should definitely read about this aspect of emotional intelligence and tech, where we are constantly complaining that social media is not a good avenue for emotional intelligence. We can easily block. So yeah, scientists are looking into countering a lot of these things. Anything in excess can be a problem, and even our social problems like racism, sexism, casteism, these lead to a lot of conflict, of course. And this becomes one of the central places where emotional intelligence can be used to counter these conflicts. And now we are starting to train AI in identifying these particular
Yeah.
comments. And this is important. People should look into this work of psychology, emotional intelligence, and tech, of how this is being done. So yeah,
So
Ulka.
one interesting fact happened a few years back when neuroscience was getting popularity 20 years back, and they started fMRI longitudinal studies on various things. Very,
Mhm.
very interesting researches uh, done through fMRI, and it's very easy to prove because of it. So a recent stream which started 10 years back is neuroeconomics. So how do you
Mhm.
use neuroscience to promote your products and advertising and marketing? And now there is this term and this new science which is getting developed called neurotechnology.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That how do you really use neuroscience and technology together? Now,
Mhm.
what Facebook does, based on the words we use, the emojis we use, they
Mhm.
can get data as to what is the emotional state of this person. Based on that
Hmm.
state,
Mhm.
they will give us advertisements.
Correct.
We
Hmm.
know all this, right? They use
Yeah.
all this data mining.
Correct. Correct.
This is just
Yeah.
the beginning.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now this photo recognition, through this
Yeah.
photo
Yeah.
recognition, they also know how depressed a person is.
Yeah. Like
this
even
is
I
this
think
is like scary. At the
even
same time, this can
yeah,
be used for so much good thing as well for
Yeah.
world, that by looking at patterns of facial expression and events a person is attending, I can really predict what is happening in person's life. But for more of people who are not getting into this high tech stuff, easier stuff would be how do we learn and
Yeah.
manage to exhibit more and more so that we reach our full potential and unleash our life in our own definition, which is
correct.
very important without buying into those frames.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah,
that is what
Yeah.
emotional intelligence does.
So we have
So
exceeded.
I have
our
a
time.
question.
Yeah, yeah. Please.
Last question. So
The
how
last.
can
Yes,
we
Lisa.
learn emotional intelligence and
So
how it
yeah,
I
can
have
be
how
given
do we
you.
improved?
start? How do we start? Where do we start with
Yeah, where do we start?
The first thing is learning emotional literacy, knowing how to name emotions. Emotions are in all colors, from say red means angry to a little light red meaning pink, or baby pink means upset or irritated. There are range of emotions that can be expressed. Learning how to express it in words as well as in expressions. How to read expressions, like a simple activity: watch TV without a sound, observe
Mm.
people, sit and observe people. uh, Otherwise, Sheldon, right?
Yeah,
Big Bang Theory.
yeah, yeah,
There
yeah.
can be enough Sheldons on this earth if you
Yeah,
don't do that.
yeah,
Who cannot
yeah.
predict, who cannot
Cannot
understand
do
through facial cues what is happening with the child, with the person, and it's very difficult
that.
to then respond. So these are
Yeah.
few
Mm.
things. Otherwise, you need a deliberate learning attempt to develop vocabulary, to express it, to really go to a point where you start building a certain script of yourself and your self image, and work
Mm.
with empathy, develop that empathy and implement that. So these are few
Correct.
simple things that you can try at home. Read about emotions, express them deliberately, learn these words, watch TV without sound, or write emotional stories.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
one
That helps a lot.
important message before we go is, I want to again emphasize, all emotions are natural and normal. Anger, happiness, sadness, fear, love, everything is natural and they have a purpose. To read what is purpose behind I am getting angry, what is violated, which need is not met within me. If I can
Mm.
read that, then I can
Mm.
respond better next time.
Correct. Correct. So yeah,
Yeah.
we improve the interactions that we have with other people by looking into ourselves. That is what I have. What is the message that I have taken out of this? And this was a very enlightening session. I have
Yeah.
left links on the comment section. People can also go and check out Zoetic Sutra and the work that Ulka is doing. We have put out a lot of information on the events page and all over Science DD. Please go and follow Ulka and try to get in touch with her if you want to do more work in emotional intelligence. And here on Science DD as well, if you are wanting to for us to cover more topics like this, and the scientific basis behind a lot of these ignored topics, then please message us or contact us on our page. Thank you so much, Ulka, for joining us. This was a very a good session, and I hope the
Yeah.
best for Zoetic Sutra. I hope that you find a lot of success. Thanks.
Thank you, Jogita.
Thank you.
Thank you, Licha. Thanks. Thank you.